Welcome in, Cancer. Welcome to your next 2 weeks love reading. I'm going to take a look at the energy around your love situation, your person, you, and what their next move is, any intentions, and possible outcome. Plus, I do Aries through Pisces. I always do that in your readings. And during your individuals, I dive a little bit deeper. So I will look at each zodiac, Aries through Pisces, and do their thoughts, feelings, intentions, any challenges, whatever Spirit has for you today. So let's dive in and take a look at what's going on here for my Cancers and their energy. Let's do this. So you can see me down in the corner here. All right. Let's see, Cancer. What's in the cards for Cancer? Show me the energy around your situation. Woo! Ace of Cups. All right. So somebody coming, running back in. Somebody coming in. Hello. You still have my heart, or you have my heart, Cancer. All right, so we got a good energy already showing up around the situation. All right, so this is love, right? So whatever's going on in your connection, whatever you're here for, you're bringing it in, and this is what the baseline is. You know, it's you have a place in my heart, and I want to, you know, I don't know what's going on, whether it's already started or it's just starting, but it's like we're just beginning here. So your person, 8 of Swords. All right, so they got something they're worried about. You, the 5 of Wands. It looks like you got something you're worried about too. All right. You know, there definitely is, you know, some words being said, or some things that do need to be said between the two of you. I can see that. All right, something's weighing on your person over here. You know, maybe we need to give this another go. Maybe we need to find another way around this. You know, they may be feeling like you're over it, you're done. I don't think you are. You're showing up as the 5 of Wands. You're just, it looks like you're just frustrated with the situation. You know, is this person not telling you how they really feel? What are they holding back? You know, it looks like they're afraid that you don't have feelings, or you're going to move on, right? You have competition. You have other people around you. What's going on with you? The Tower card. They think you're going to move on from them. Or you've already begun. They may have pushed it too far, didn't say their truth, didn't speak their truth to you. Right, you got really a heavy energy. And the thing is something pushed you guys to this break-in point, your person, to this limit where, you know, something's got to give here. Maybe I've got to get something off my chest. Maybe I got to figure out how to say something to you. But they know, it's like they're coming towards you, and you're ready for some action. Something's got to give. You're ready for the truth, right? You're more than ready for the truth. The Tower card. You're about to, it looks like you're about to give it to this person. Like, I've given so much to this connection. You know, I have love for you. You know what I want. You know, I would do anything for you. And yet this person has been making it really hard for you. You know, they've been holding back. They haven't been honest with you. They, you know, maybe some fears of commitment, or fear, you know, you guys have just, there's been a lot of drama between the two of you, or there's some people around you guys that are constantly kind of interfering with the situation. But whatever it is, it's like you've been playing your part. You've been doing what you need to do. And it looks as though you're willing to fight for this. You still want to fight for this. But you're like, you better come, you know, and be honest with me. You know, they do have a little bit of doubt here. They feel like they either have pushed things too far with you, and it's really, you know, they are like, what do I say? What haven't I said? What can I say? What can I say? You know, to keep Cancer from moving on from me. But you know, Cancer, what I'm going to tell you is that whatever is going on, your person here is stressing behind the scenes. They may not want you to know how heavy this weighs on them. But you've got them thinking, you've got them, you know, reliving everything they've said. They're doubting. There's, you know, kind of, you got their hands tied here. You know, maybe I shouldn't have said something. Maybe I shouldn't have done something. Maybe I do. I'm just getting, maybe I pushed it a little too far. Right? All right. So what's this person? Look at the Six of Wands. Somebody's hoping for a victory between the two of you. Somebody still wants your attention. Somebody may feel like you have started to, I can see that you would still be willing to fight for this connection, but somebody is starting to doubt, you know, where they stand now. Do you still have them on a pedestal? You know, that's the part that they may have had some power over you before, Cancer. They may have, you knew how much you wanted them. You know, when a Cancer really wants you, you are not afraid to smother somebody in love. And when somebody feels that energy gone, and then, you know, if, oh, it was too much, right? It's too much. It's not, you know, they're starting to realize they're not getting it as much as they used to. Is there somebody else? And now it looks like, you know, I can feel, am I not the one that Cancer wants? Am I not as important to Cancer as I used to be? Is Cancer starting to step up and get other attention from other people? And this is really driving this person mad, making themselves mad. They might be acting cool. You know, this person's got some pride. You got very strong Leo energy here, right? So you've got somebody here who's, you know, not gonna act it. You're gonna walk by them. They're gonna act cool as shit. You know, you're the one that would fight for it. You're not afraid to be like, hey, I'll cause some drama for what I want, right? Pride is, that's you, right? You're like, I have integrity, but I definitely am not afraid to show my feelings and fight for what I want. But this person, not quite. This person, it's almost like it's weighing on them so much. This fear of being exposed, and this fear of admitting they were wrong about something, admitting that they weren't given to you as much as you were given to them, and they weren't making you feel as important as you were making them feel. And the thing is, though, Cancer, is you fueled this person. You fueled this person's ego. You made this person feel good about themselves. You helped lift them up. You know, you gave them the attention they needed. They needed this attention from you. And they didn't realize what love was. They did not realize that it was coming from a place of true love from you at the time. And it feels like, you know, it kind of sucks for this person, because it feels like this person, just on one hand, I want to say, because I can feel them. On one hand, I want to say they don't know what love is. They can't, or they didn't have it around them to be able to feel that deeply into what you were doing until they didn't have it, till it started pulling away. Right? You're only going to play games so much, Cancer. Somebody's going to push you so far, and the way you're gonna, somebody just said this to me, one of my really good friends, about a Cancer. You will get hurt, and you'll turn that pain into success. but she didn't say it like that. You will come back way better. You're not somebody that gets revenge. You're somebody who gets revenge by doing good for yourself, by looking better, by getting better, by moving on, and actually your energy shows that you're not pretending. So it pushes you towards success. And that is what is the medicine here. That is why this person feels you pulling away, because you're healing, and this person coming after you like, I want victory here. I don't want to lose the attention I once had. Right? So what's their next move towards you? I have the Three of Pentacles. You've got somebody who is going to kind of, finagle their way back in, playing it cool, maybe asking people about you, maybe kind of showing up where you're at. Maybe you work with this person, or you work in the same kind of situation, or you have same groups of friends, or you go to the same grocery store. It does not matter. It just shows me this person is going to try and figure out a way to work themselves back into this situation. And they'll come in cool as shit. But they're definitely sweating bullets behind the scenes. They don't feel as important to you anymore. They want your support. They want your connection. And they may play off as, friendly too. Like, hey, let's just, talk. Let's hang out. Let's try and fix this. But they, it just seems like I'm going to be lighthearted. I'm going to come in and I'm going to act like nothing's really bothering me. But this person really is feeling this underlying energy from you that they got to make sure they're on point with you, or you're not sticking around. You are definitely in this tower. For you is one that is spiritual for you, but one that is an awakening for you. Like, once the veil is pulled for you, once you see who this person is and for what they are, and once you take them off that pedestal, this is the epiphany you're having. And there's no going back from that, guys. Once you see the real person, right? That's why I'm always afraid to do myself up, because you guys see me in the background, you'd be like, oh, so you get what you get, right? But once you see the veil pulled, you can't turn back. Yeah. Cancer. All right. So it looks like this person definitely going to be trying to weasel their way back in. What's the potential? What does Spirit want you to know? I have the Three of Cups, right? And I have the Star card. And I have the Ace of Wands. Well, I'm going to say one thing that just dropped real quick, right? The ball's in your court, Cancer. So again, the veil's pulled. This person not going to be able to play with you anymore. This person this person going to be talking to you like, maybe they're putting you on the pedestal now. But I do see that you would fix this with this person in a heartbeat. I can see that you'd fight for this, and you're willing to fight for this. And maybe for some of you, this is worth fighting for. Nobody can tell you, it's your story. But I do see the Ace of Cups. I do see somebody here is, there's emotions here. You guys are, you're in this entanglement together. There's feelings there for one another. So we got to figure out something here. Right now, you may keep it lighthearted and friendly. You may be looking at you might be getting some closure that you want, and being like, all right, and now I'm good. We're good to go. We're friends. We're getting along. But, I'm seeing the North Star here. I'm starting to see there's more out there, right? That could be your, what happens with you. Because you have the Tower and the Star. You're like, all right, once I seen the light, I'm starting to realize I can aim a lot higher, right? And, but the thing is the potential that's here, what Spirit is saying is the potential for you is the ball's in your court, right? You definitely are playing a different game with this person. And it seems to me like you really had some sort of awakening. So this person was very important in your life anyways, right? Because something is telling me that your attitude is changing and you're starting to see, you're coming into universal alignment with where you're meant to be and where you're going. So that's, let me see, we have a full moon coming in. So let me pull your full moon energy, and I'll look at Aries through Pisces, because I have Aries and Scorpio here for you. I have Aquarius here for you, but it can be any sign. So I will look at each individual sign for you. Surrender to the divine, the full moon, all right? Hold your vision. Hold your vision, right? So it just feels like you get to kind of chill and relax during this full moon. Like, you know, there's nothing, seems like whatever's going on, there is some sort of karmic justice coming in for you is how I see this. And there's an awakening. So if it hasn't happened, it looks like this could be the big epiphany, you know, that is going to change the course of everything in all your relationships. When you have an epiphany like this about one person, this changes your perspective of everybody. It doesn't just stop here, all right? It continues. Let's see Aries through Pisces for you and see if I can get any messages from each zodiac sign. Ooh, the Lovers came out. Okay, just give me a second. These are all been pre-shuffled, but I just want to do it in front of you so that you can see them. Good morning. We are, you know, the full moon energy, guys. There's some people already I can see having a tough time. Be kind to each other. All right. Let's see. Aries through Pisces. Let's go. All right, the banner. All right. So if you're connected to an Aries Cancer, let's see. All right. So the Death card. They may feel like it's over. The two is so you got them spinning. All right. The Hierophant. Learning their lesson here, but maybe you've learned your lesson with an Aries. All right. But the full moon's bringing in a different story. I can see myself with you in the future. All right, so it doesn't seem like it's over. It seems like it's still kind of up in the air in limbo with an Aries. You've got them leveling up. They definitely are going through some sort of change. You know, hoping that you can let go of the past, all right, so that you guys can move forward. You know, so they're torn. They're torn between, you know, is Cancer over me? Is Cancer moving on? Can we rekindle what we had? It's like, I really want to make this move. So you could be hearing from a Aries in the next 2 weeks, maybe even as soon as the full moon, but the full moon energy will unfold over the next couple of weeks too. Taurus has got their eye on you. All right, you may be thinking that they moved on, they walked away, but they're thinking you're moving on. And we got the Lovers card. All right, so the Eight of Cups here, they can't move on from you. This is somebody that keeps questioning what could happen. You know, what if this, what if that? You know, so you got them spying on you, keeping tabs and seeing what you're doing, but they really are afraid that you have another lover, you're talking to somebody else, or you could, you know, you could potentially. So we've got this this Tower energy with a Taurus, right? And we're seeing unveiling of some truth, a shift in perception. So Taurus could definitely be the one that the reading was about. You make me want to be a better person, right? So you may see a complete turnaround from a Taurus. Gemini's got you on their mind, wanting to work it. All right. They're just not sure what the next move they should do. The Nine of Swords, they feel kind of guilty about what they said or the way they treated you. And now it's like out of control. They're kind of holding back. you know. So what do? Your guides are helping you. All is well with this one. I pulled away because I'm overwhelmed with all the things going on. All right. So you do have an emperor here with a Gemini. He's got a lot around work, maybe family, maybe responsibilities. And they may not have put enough energy into this relationship with you, and they're starting to regret it. All right, so it looks as though you could have a Gemini opening up lines of communication with you. They're still attracted to you. This might not change everything that's going on, but it definitely might change your perspective of them if you have them on a pedestal. Cancer, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Four. You're so sick of waiting. You're so sick of hanging on. And you got the King of Wands here. You got a Leo. You have fire energy showing up in your position. Even though this is Cancer and Cancer, I'm also reading it as another message. I can see very strong fire around you, but you definitely are getting tired of giving love and not getting back. It feels unhealthy. All right. You give everything. You service the people that you love, right? And you pay attention to every detail. And it's like, you're starting to criticize yourself or critique, over the situation. Like, what else could I do? Right. And, but that looks like it's about to change for you. All right. I do see another Cancer here mirroring you too as well. It may feel like they're not interested in you, but that's a crock of shit, right? Because they're definitely interested in you and they're just moving in slow. All right, so your soul has returned to learn many lessons, Cancer, and the reading today is showing me a big one being learned. Now, Cancer, this was just a flame. All right, so this could be why it's moving so slow here between the two of you. You guys knew it was supposed to be short-lived, or you felt like it was, but you caught feelings. But now the two of you are kind of in some sort of entanglement. All right, was it supposed to be short-lived? And now what do we do? Because we both keep going back and forth to each other and can't keep our hands off each other. Leo, Queen of Cups in their feelings. And we have the Strength card, pride, and it's holding them back. And the Judgment. They may feel bad. They're really thinking, Cancer, they got you on their mind. All right, they may have lost their shit in the past. They may have, you guys went through some sort of battle together, constant challenges. And, the bond was severed for some reason, right? It was like somebody was hurt, wounded, and we got Judgment cards. So I do see your Leo here really doing a review over how they treated you or what they said, or they did something, ego got in the way is what I'm seeing. But what I can see is whatever broke you could also make you stronger. All right. So there could be a fresh start with a Leo. I will find my way back to you one day. And I have Venus energy, a lot of love, beauty, relationships, a strong attraction between the two of you. Virgo, we have Knight of Cups following their heart, right? Queen of Pentacles, there they are. So, you know what I mean? They know what they want. They know what they want. And the Six of Wands, they're hoping for a victory with you. This is a Virgo, right? They want your attention. It seems like another opportunity is coming in. And they're going to come in and want to, this gives me this energy, helpful energy. Like, hey, let's work it out. They might come in sly. They might be just trying to, slowly kind of work it. But it looks like a Virgo's trying to work their way back into your life. And I am getting a twin flame energy with your Virgo. Libra, Knight of Swords, right? You got Libra thinking, I got it. Choose wisely. Seven of Swords, right? Oh, I lied. Libra lied, and it looks like Cancer headed out the door. All right, Chariot card. You're like, you got a Libra returning, but you better be careful. There is some lies there, deceit. You can't always trust what they're saying. It looks like they say whatever they need to say they're very defensive, especially if you call them out. So they say whatever they need to say to avoid conflict with you. All right, but it seems as though they're afraid you're moving on. And as you're moving on, here they come quickly, a quick turnaround. All right, so I do have, let's see, I have fifth house. I mean, it's a very strong sexual connection here, playfulness, dating, love affair. And I got, I'm so sorry. All right, so do what you will with this. It seems like there is a playfulness, but it seems very sexual. And it does seem like you can't always trust what they're saying. Scorpio, we have the King of Pentacles. All right, like it, 3 of Cups. Scorpio over here, like Cancer. You know, we got this. You know, you got a Scorpio coming in all suave and charming. All right, they're really feeling bad. All right, Cancer, really. I mean, Scorpio is really like, I still think about what happened. I still think about the past. I still feel bad. You know, I'm hoping for forgiveness and the 3 of Cups, right? And so for whatever reason, if they made you feel like you weren't the one, or they abandoned the situation, even if it's a newer person and weren't giving you the attention, it looks like your Scorpio here is stepping up into a King of Pentacles position. And you're very important to this person, but they could want to keep it lighthearted. So just know they're coming in. They might be like, hey, let's talk. Let's be friends. Let's get to know one another. Listen to the guidance of your soul with a Scorpio. Finances might be a problem, which means, you know, working, budgeting, building, you know, career, things like that could be the problem. And you might be taking it personal, Cancer. Don't take it personal with your Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius, 8 of Wands. You are on my mind. 2 of Cups. All right, and we got the Hermit card though. So the problem with your Sagittarius is seeing eye to eye about a relationship. Your Sag is afraid to lose their freedom. They like to go their own way, but man, they are hot for you. And they do feel an emotional connection with you. And I see a communication, I see conversation coming in. But the problem is it can be unhealthy at times because, you know, they seem to go their own way, or sometimes they ghost or go distant from you, and you just want consistency. Right. And they want to know they have freedom. All right. To just, and it doesn't mean freedom to go sleep around. It just means, you know, some people are afraid that a commitment is going to make them so that they can't go do their own stuff in life, you know, or, you know, be tied down. So I am seeing challenging. It just requires some adjustments and learning to compromise with you and your Sag. All right. Reminiscence. So Sag really got you on their mind. Capricorn, King of Cups. All right, so who are they thinking about? You, 8 of Pentacles. All right, wanting to make it work, but there's also a fear of commitment here. And 5 of Wands, you're sick of fighting it. All right, but they know it causes you a lot of grief. You guys are constantly going back and forth. But their feelings for you, it seems like a Capricorn has some major feelings for you, and this will eventually outshine the situation. But the 8 of Pentacles, it's like, you know, 1 minute they're giving, 1 minute they're not, or 1 minute you know, it just feels like there's a constant challenge here between you and a Capricorn, and it's over commitment and investment. So, you know, consistency is what I'm going to say. And I have Chiron energy, so a lot of growth here and making amends. So you guys may decide to just, you know, I was going to say call quits, but it says I dive in and out of relationships. So you might just decide to be friends and keep it where it's at, because it does look like you're dealing with somebody who's non-committal, very non-committal. Aquarius, we have 2 of Pentacles. All right, 3 of Swords. Right, so they're kind of weighing out the pros and cons here. They're feeling pain. Page of Swords, they want to tell you something. They may want to apologize. You know, they're hurting and they don't want you hurting. Right, with the 2 of Pentacles, they feel like you guys need to find a compromise, right? You guys need to try and work together, and it's through communication. So you will hear from your Aquarius. I am seeing very challenging, but they're going to, you know, make time for you, do the work. And it says break through old blocks and patterns. So you guys are definitely learning how to deal with one another. Please forgive me. And Pisces, 5 of Pentacles, all right? So Pisces doesn't want to be left behind. Pisces feels like you might be moving on. 4 Swords, they've been thinking, all right? Have had time to, you know, they've been silent. And, you know, Page of Wands, right? They definitely want to get your attention again. So keep that in mind. A Pisces feels like as you're moving on or thinking about moving on, now they want to come out of hiding. Can we start over? I love how the cards just fit. And we have 8th house, right? So you really got them obsessing about you. They may have been very secretive in the past, but it looks like they want to start over, a new beginning coming in with a Pisces. So if you have a yes/no question, I'm going to pull a card for you. And then I will be going live here in a few minutes with Leo. You got a yes. You got the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is like, man, I've been down a road and, you know, I still have love for this effer, right? But I don't want to give up, but it better work this time because I ain't playing games, right? So we are seeing a yes for you, Sagittarius energy, and the moon energy is here too as well. So you got, you know, the moon working for you and things are still changing. So don't think everything is set in stone. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Angel, Mr. Candy for you. C.R. Brooke, Bagdanga. Your name's always going to get me. And J.K., I love it. All you guys here. I'm not going to go through the whole time list, but thank you guys all for being here. I will see you guys soon. Take care.